People love Joanna and Chip Gaines because they are nice, their relationship is strong, and they have a great family life. Fans were shocked when they heard that Chip Gaines had been given a life sentence. What could the nice worker have done to get himself locked up? Was it a crime that had been kept secret for a long time, or was it something much worse? Prepare yourself, because what we found will make you question everything you thought you knew. In 2001, in the middle of Waco, Texas, fate brought together two people who would become one of the most loved couples in America. Chip Gaines visited the car shop that his friend owned in the area. That's where he saw a picture of Joanna Stevens for the first time. She is the shop owner's daughter. Chip was quickly interested in her and set out to meet her in person after seeing her picture. Joanna was working at her dad's tire store at the time, and she sometimes helped out with the family business. Chip and she hit it off right away when they finally met in person, though there were some bumps in the road. Their memorable first dates did not start off well. Chip was 15 minutes late. After waiting for so long, most people would have given up, but Joanna gave him a chance. He quickly made everyone feel better with his real charm and laid-back attitude. She laughed at him, and his confidence made an impact that will last. No matter how rough the beginning was, their first trip together sparked a special bond that they both thought was worth exploring further. Life, however, threw a surprise soon after. Before they could go on a second date, Joanna had to have surgery on her back. This pushed back their plans, but it didn't stop them from getting closer. Instead, it tried it and made it stronger in the end. The more they talked to each other, the stronger their feelings for each other got. Respected how strong and tough Joanna was, and Joanna was moved by Chip's constant care and kindness. Their love grew not only because they liked each other romantically, but also because they respected each other and helped each other through a hard time. As their friendship grew, they realized that they were right for each other. Chip's spontaneous and daring personality. They hoped to build something together, not just a life, but a relationship with a purpose and lots of ideas. On May 31, 2003, they said their vows in Waco, Texas, where they grew up. With family and friends around, they made a promise to always be together. The two of them have grown together since then, not only as a couple, but also as well-known people and business partners. Fans all over the world are still moved by their love story, which began with a chance meeting and grew stronger through hardships. These two people show not only how strong love can be, but also how to build a life on shared goals and unwavering trust. Let's talk about their jobs and find out what really interested each of them. What made them do what they did, and the hopes and dreams they chased. Before they became well known, Chip and Joanna Gaines were just two driven people going in very different directions. Chip used to play baseball in college. He is always full of energy and new ideas. He went to Baylor University and played on the team while studying business. When he saw how much money could be made by buying, cleaning up and selling houses, he changed his focus from sports to real estate. His early attempts at selling houses showed that he had a natural talent for making rundown homes into homes that people could live in and that were worth more. Chip had already turned around almost 100 homes when he married Joanna in 2003. His love of fixing things up and taking risks set the stage for a much bigger trip. On the other hand, Joanna went to school to get a degree in marketing. Her original plan for her job was to work in radio and TV. Her goal was to work as a television writer, so she did some work in local media. However, as she worked on more cheap real estate deals, her tastes began to change. Joanna easily took on the role of designer for the homes they were remodeling together. She has a great eye for design and knows how to make places that are both beautiful and useful. A little help here and there turned into a full-time artistic relationship. When they put their skills together, they made something special, took care of the big picture changes and physical work for the structure side of the improvements. Joanna focused on the inside of buildings, giving each one warmth, charm, and careful attention to detail. They quickly became well known in their neighborhood for their unique style and ability to make old homes look like new again. Joanna made a blog so they could talk about their work and life. More and more people were reading her posts, and it wasn't long before HGTV directors saw their work. It was in 2013 that the couple started their TV show Fixer Upper. The show followed them as they helped people buy homes that needed a lot of work and then turned them into their dream homes. People from all over the country loved the couple's chemistry, their honest personalities, and the mix of rustic and modern styles. That became what their brand was all about. Fixer Upper was a hit for 5 seasons. Not only did each episode show the dramatic changes to people's homes, but it also showed the couple's fun relationship and genuine bond with their customer. Their goals grew bigger as they became more well known. After the end of the first show, they took a short break from TV to work on their family and business. Later, they came back with new shows on the Magnolia Network, such as a Christmas season of Fixer Upper and a few spin-offs. As their company grew, Magnolia became the name of all of their business and artistic projects. Magnolia Market, which is in Waco at the Silos, became a popular place for tourists to visit. There are shops, a bakery, parks, food trucks, and event areas on the property. Their hand with Magnolia line of products debuted at Target and quickly became a hit all over the country. They also started putting out a magazine and books that were about their beliefs and way of life. They did everything together, and you won't believe how they put it together. Their teamwork made simple fixer-uppers into a kingdom that won the hearts of millions of people, taking them from humble beginnings to national fame. Their name, Magnolia, was the basis for many of the things they did. What started out as a few real estate flips quickly turned into a number of joint projects in the retail, leisure, and media industries. Magnolia Market at the Silos in Waco, Texas, was their first big growth. People came from all over the world to visit this place, which became a vacation spot. Joanna has carefully chosen home goods and furniture to sell at the market. There are also food trucks, a bakery, garden areas, and a big lawn where people can relax and enjoy the Magnolia experience. That wasn't the end. Magnolia Press, a coffee shop that has Joanna's unique style, became a popular place for both locals and tourists to hang out very quickly. They also reach more people through Magnolia Table, a restaurant that serves standard dishes made with local products. They got better at telling stories. As their numbers grew, they started Magnolia Journal, a magazine that comes out every 3 months and has personal essays, recipes, and lifestyle articles that are based on their values and way of life. One of their newest and most amazing project is Hotel 1928, which is a full-scale makeover of an old building in downtown Waco. They changed everything about the room to make it a private hotel, combining old-fashioned charm with modern style. This huge project was shown on their new show Fixer Upper, The Hotel, which gives fans an idea of how big and hard their latest task was. It also shows how they can change their brand while staying true to their roots in stories and style. Chip and Joanna have written a number of books together in addition to their business projects. Some of these are autobiographies, children's books, and style guides. Writing together has helped them think about their journey and share their ideas about work, family, and life. They are still co-leaders of Magnolia and share responsibility for setting the company's direction. Chip and Joanna are still very involved in the artistic and strategic part of their brand. They make sure that their personal touch is in everything they make. Even though it looks like they have a great life and you might be thinking how happy they are, their life has had its share of problems behind the scenes, just like everyone else's. Let me tell you about how they interact with each other and their children as a couple and as parents. Chip and Joanna are very proud of their 5 kids: Drake, Ella, Duke, Emmy, and Crew. This is their biggest boy, Drake, who is 20 years old in 2024. Their youngest son is only 6 years old. Having kids of such a range of ages presents its own set of difficulties. Having a teenager and a baby can keep you up at night. So they've been through all the ups and downs that come with having a big family. In interviews and on social media, Joanna often talks about her family life. She talks about how fast their kids are growing up and how each one brings something different to the family. Chip and Joanna have always put their family first. Even though they are famous, they chose to raise their kids in Waco, Texas, instead of in Hollywood, where things can get crazy. But the attention is still on them, even in Waco. People became more interested in their family as they became more well-known. There has been some talk about this online, especially on sites like Reddit, where fans and haters alike guess about their personal lives. Some say that having such well-known jobs, kids, and a marriage must be hard, even though most of the comments are good. It's also easy to see how being in the public eye could make private problems feel even worse at times. In an honest interview in 2023, Joanna talked about how her marriage has changed over the years. She said that Chip is more like me. This one sentence said a lot about how the two have changed to fit each other over the years. It's funny how their attitudes have changed over time. And Joanna used to be more organized and thoughtful, while Chip used to be more spontaneous and outgoing. It shows how close they are and how willing they are to grow together, even though the camera is always on them. As their kids get bigger, Chip and Joanna are also paying more attention to their own health and habits. End of 2024 was the first time they worked out together, which wasn't something they did before. Not only were these workouts good for your health, but they were also a way to connect, be disciplined, and spend time together outside of work and family. It was a new time in their personal lives, and health and helping each other became more important. Still, their fame can be bad in some ways. It has given their family more options, but it has also made people more aware of them. Every move they make is watched. And the stress of having to look perfect can be hard. Still, Chip and Joanna have been honest about the things they do wrong. They've never said they were the perfect parents or pair. Instead, they keep sharing honest moments, whether it's the mess of everyday life, the emotional weight of raising teens, or the beauty in simple daily tasks. Along with family problems, they had to deal with more and more issues over time. Little did they know that one of them would threaten to totally turn their lives upside down. And as their fame grew and their reach touched millions of people, they started to get criticism and attention for things other than design and home repair. Their personal views, the way they ran their business, and legal mistakes made their otherwise perfect image even worse. One of the first and most talked about problems with the Gaines family was that they were members of the Antioch Community Church in Waco, Texas. They have been going to the church regularly, and it is known for having strong Christian beliefs. In Texas, that's not unusual in and of itself, but the church got a lot of criticism for being publicly anti-LGBTQ. Some people on BuzzFeed News wondered if Chip and Joanna agreed with their church leaders about things like gay marriage and LGBTQ rights, which made the situation much worse. At the time, the Gaineses hadn't shown any same-sex partners on Fixer Upper. This made some critics wonder if this was because they were religious or personal bias. The couple never said anything bad about the LGBTQ community in public, but their silence on the subject caused more trouble. Critics said that public people with such a large audience should be more clear about their views, while supporters said that the criticism was unfair and based on guesswork. Fans had different reactions to the situation. Some praised the Gaineses for staying true to their faith, while others said they were being exclusive. In interviews and blog pieces, Joanna finally talked about the problem in a broader way, saying that their goal has always been to make a place where everyone feels welcome. But the debate made a lasting impact, especially on people who want to see more diverse characters in popular media. At the same time that their faith beliefs caused problems, the Gaineses also got into legal trouble. In 2017, the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, told their company they broke the rules about lead paint during home improvements. The violations happened at several homes that were fixed up while Fixer Upper was being filmed. The EPA says that Chip and Joanna's makeover company did not follow the rules set by the makeover, repair and painting rule, which is meant to protect people from lead poisoning. Mostly in homes that were built before 1978. Some of the violations were not covering floors and vents, not properly handling trash, and not giving homes the right lead danger pamphlets. People who lived in Gainesville did not deny the charges, but they quickly took steps to settle the issue. They admitted guilt, paid a $40,000 0-cents fine, and promised to make an EPA-funded movie to teach people how to safely renovate homes that might have lead paint dangers. In reaction, the couple said they were sorry for the mistake and promised to do better next time. This legal mess brought people to attention. They knew a lot about planning and remodeling, but that didn't mean they were above the law. The event didn't really hurt their public image, but it did show how responsible they were as business owners and media figures. It looks like the court problem is over, but it may not be as simple as that. Word on the street is that it has put Chip Gaines in a lot of trouble. And this is where the most shocking claim comes in. There have recently been rumors on social media and in online videos that Chip Gaines is once again in a lot of legal problems. There are even people who say he has been convicted to life in jail since violations related to dangerous lead paint practices during home repairs have not been fixed. But do these claims have any truth to them? This story seems to have started with some shocking YouTube videos that have come out in the last few months. They were shared on a lot of different platforms very quickly, using dramatic music, unclear commentary, and false thumbnails of courtrooms and mugshots. The goal seems clear: to get people's attention and get them to click, no matter how accurate it is. The real 2017 lawsuit between Chip and Joanna's remodeling business and the Environmental Protection Agency is at the heart of the claim. At the time, the problem got a lot of attention, but after it was fixed without any more court problems, most people forgot about it. The rumor mill, on the other hand, has made this fact into something much scarier. The videos pushing the life sentence story often talk about the original Epicase case, but then they jump to making up stories that Chip didn't follow the terms of the deal, which led to more punishments that led to his life sentence. Still, not a single trustworthy news source has mentioned anything even remotely close. There are no police records, court papers, or official comments to back up such a crazy turn of events. This is clear from a quick look at reliable news sources and public record. Chip Gaines has not been charged with any new crimes by the EPA or any other federal or state body. Magnolia, the couple's business, is still running as usual. Chip has also recently been seen in public, including in interviews and to talk about projects that are still going on. This definitely disproves the idea that he is in jail. In this day and age, it's especially important to know how false information gets around. The Gaineses are well-known people, so any rumor of trouble is likely to be blown out of proportion to get more hits and views. The story about the so-called life sentence is a standard example of how truth is often pushed to the back burner in the name of going popular online. It's time for me to tell you the truth, telling the difference between fact and fantasy and showing where Chip and Joanna Gaines are now, despite all the online noise and gossip. Online rumors say that Chip Gaines is in jail, but this is not true. He is not in any way given a life sentence. The 2017 lawsuit against the EPA was dealt with, settled, and closed years ago. As of now, there have been no new charges, arrests, or court decisions that would tell us otherwise. The internet chatter and videos that are going popular are based on nothing but opinion and clickbait culture, not facts. In fact, Chip and Joanna are still very busy with their personal and work lives. They are still in charge of their ever-growing Magnolia company, which includes a lot of different businesses, from building homes to making movies through the Magnolia network. The couple is still the most important thing. Their company is no longer just a home improvement company. There are now stores, restaurants, coffee shops, a lifestyle magazine, and even a small hotel there. All of them have their own style and beliefs that make them unique. Hotel 1928 in central Waco, Texas, was their most recent big job. It was shown on the show Fixer Upper. They brought back one of their own shows that ran on their own Magnolia network. They got back to their roots in renovations with this hotel project, and it also showed that they can take on bigger, more ambitious projects while still keeping the heart and charm that their fans have always loved. Chip and Joanna have worked hard to focus on their health and family life, in addition to their business success. In 2024, the couple started working out together for the first time. They put a lot of value on health and spending time together. They are still very involved with their 5 kids and are often seen in public doing things that show how stable their life is. The Gaines family seems set on continuing to grow, getting closer as a family, and staying true to their morals in the years to come. They want to keep including new business to Magnolia while putting health and balance first. The stories going around about inmates being locked up are just noise. Joanna and her husband are still free, busy, and in charge of their own lives. They are living proof that fame and trouble don't always go together. What do you think about the stories going around that Chip Gaines is in jail? Do you think people online believe too much of what they read? Leave your thoughts in the box below.